Rodney tells his daughter, there's always a way. Actually, he tells all of us, me, Howard, Christian, anybody that's ever worked for Rodney, he says, there's always a way. But what he tells Stella, his daughter, is, What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna be fixing up this guy. Couldn't tell you what it is. Rodney went and got this from town. He got a call from his insurance guy, Bill. What's up, Bill? And he said something about the water deal there at the insurance place. I have no idea. I'm not sure what this is for. Something to do with water, but it's stainless and it has broke off, and so I'm fixing to tack it back to right here. So Rodney started the project, got interrupted, had to go outside and make some decisions. The Christian and Howard are cutting up scrap and stuff. We're trying to clean up the yard out yonder way. And so anyway, he had to go out there and tend to them, so I'm gonna tack this up. So I'm welding with, let's see, it's a TIG 200. TIG 200, but it's a Eastwood, not a TIG 200 Lincoln like mine. So anyway, we've got our gas turned on, and we're fixing to put a tack on this guy. You done walking in and out of this door yet, Christian? Huh? I'm trying to do some welding.
I think so. I'll be done.
Okay, so it goes like this here. You can see the broken welds there. Right there and right there. We're just going to put it back together. I intend on putting a clamp here. I come down here out of the office to help Rodney. Because of this right here, I was just going to hold it for him. Since he's busy, I'm going to use this clamp. I'm going to get one tack on it here, and then I'll push it down to where it's lined back up there. With something like heavier duty, I would normally like bevel this and stuff, but this is only, I guess it is about 10 gauge. And so I'm just going to, I guess I could technically bevel that a little bit, but try to put a weld on the back side, and we'll probably weld all the way across instead of just there and there. We'll put a full weld there, and that ought to help it, because the whole idea is for it to not happen again, right? I'm not sure how this happened. A lot of times whenever stuff breaks, it's due to improper usage, but as a welder, we always try to make it better than what it was, hence the full weld across the front here, just because that's the goal with any welding shop, right? Okay, so let's see what happens. Whoa. Oh yeah, we got her. Got her tacked without filler rod. Boy, I love some stainless. Check this out. So you got her tacked. I just used my foot pedal, and you know, down is hottest. Like if I was to slam it to the floor, that'd be the hottest. But anyway, it was a little bit too cool, so I just pushed my pedal down a little more, and then I waved this back and forth like so, just trying to work that molten metal until it focus, baby, focus, until it joined. Then it joined together. Now, like I said, I'll push this down to where that weld meets down yonder way, and then put the clamp down bottom, and then tack it down there, and then we'll give a tack up here, weld it all up, and then maybe, like I said, I'm going to put a weld across the front all the way, and then I'm gonna probably try to do some back here too, because they didn't have any welds back here from the factory, so we'll put some weld back there. Try to. I can see why they didn't. It's gonna be kind of tricky because of this ledge and this ledge sticking out right here, but we'll do our best. I might have to get my sidekick in here. Tack is. I really could use some extra hand, is what I'm saying. Get creative. There we go. Good old strong arm clamp, making her happy. Rodney tells his daughter, there's always a way. Actually, he tells all of us, me, Howard, Christian, anybody that's ever worked for Rodney, he says, there's always a way. But what he tells Stella, his daughter, is there's always a way. But he also tells her, there's always a way, but sometimes we just need some help. It's important because if you're anything like me, you tend to try to always do everything yourself. I've been working by myself for so long, where I feel like I have, even whenever I put it this way, even whenever I have help, I still am trying to do everything myself. There can be help standing around me, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out how can I do it myself. So I say all that to say is it's good to ask for help and get in the habit of asking for help, but not relying fully on someone else to give you the answer, if that makes sense. There's a difference in asking for help versus not being resourceful. Being resourceful is good. Okay. Now we're going to put a tack down yonder way. Giving her a little more heat. See, I got her tacked with the. Whoa. Trying to put a good tack on this one. Okay. Now we can honestly put another tack right here. I'm guessing. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, making sure this ain't pulled up or nothing. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a tack here as well. Go down. Good old Eastwood. Eastwood and the dirty tungsten. Oh yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. You ready to do some filming, or are you ready to go do something else?
I'm ready to go haul that scrap off.
That's where you're headed, to see the scrap yard?
Yeah, even though I feel like I should stay here.
Right. I just was showing these guys what I'm doing.
Nice.
fixing this all up. So,
Heck yeah.
Q. All right, folks, we're on our own. Rodney's up to the scrap yard. The guys are out there in the yard, cleaning up, organizing still. We've been a little bit slow this winter so far. And anyway. We're slow until we got this emergency. This is apparently an emergency. I'm gonna finish it up and take it back across the highway to the water place. Been a while since I've done any pig. Here's what we got so far. I've been adding filler wire, but now I'm kind of doing, what do they call it, with the pedal, pulse. I don't want it to get too hot, but I want it to be good and warm every time I dip my tungsten. Alright, she's ugly, but she's welded. And Rodney was just mentioning if we had a filter for our tungsten, it would help it be a little more prettier. I believe if I brush that off though, that gray dark, it'll shine back up. So I'm gonna try to find me a little old brush here. Still gotta find my way in this welding shop where everything's at. Well, didn't clean up with that hand brush like I thought it would. Just an old farm welder trying to do a little TIG. I'm gonna weld this up right here. I wanted to weld that first, that way it wouldn't draw up real bad whenever I went to weld that full joint. And actually, before I weld there, I'm probably gonna reach back here and put a tack. A good tack, like an inch long tack down yonder to help with that same deal. So, making progress. Having difficulties. I've got this welded in here, but I ran into this bolt and nut right here, and I still need to weld across there. So now I'm trying to pull this. I'm going to pull this off, but I'm having trouble because this is turning back here. So the flathead screwdriver ain't working, so I'm going to find me a piece of plate and customize it to that length with the bar right here. That way I can reach that full distance and it'll stay. And looky there, that sugaring on the backside until I got some good penetration. It's not a bad thing that I'm stopping right now because it's giving this thing time to cool off. So anyway, that's where we're at. Got a little bit left to weld, but I gotta find me a custom tool. This in here was quite the challenge to weld. Didn't even get to weld across like I wanted because it got hard to reach in there, but yeah, I definitely think just by having a little bitty About an inch weld here is still going to be better than what they had, so, and full weld across the front. So we'll just get this wheel off and finish welding that up, and we'll call that a project well done, because from my understanding it is an emergency, so we want to get this done. We don't want to rush the project, but we want to not fool around and not put too much, I hate saying that, too much effort into it. We want to fix it right, but since it's an emergency, we'll use the term happy medium. So I'm going to end up welding more than what they had, and so I'm not going to try to take the time to pull this wheel off and do the rest of that. One reason, because it's an emergency, but for two, I don't want to put too much heat on it and warp this too much. So that's my reasoning. All right, we're back. I've got a piece of 1/8 plate. I've notched out the right width here. I'm going to put it in there. Oh yeah, it fits way better than that screwdriver. And I'm going to try to bust this loose. Yeah. Sometimes you got to make a custom tool. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Got a brand new tungsten in. I flipped that one around so it'd be nice and sharp in my comfy chair. Now it's just a matter of hoping that you have a good view. This torch head is not flexible. I thought the last one was when I was here last summer, and I broke it. So don't want to bend this one. I don't know why it does that at the beginning. Anybody know? Rodney might know, but until he gets back, let me know in the comments why it makes that sputtery noise at the beginning. Oh yeah, we got that wheel out of our way. Nothing can happen now, boys. I'm going to weld on past where the brake is. So anyway, see if I can get a pointer here. Point with the old welding stick per usual. So my brake, you can see, stopped right here. See that crack? Comes down. So I went ahead and welded on past it. And now I just have this to weld and right over here. And we will be ready to take this to the customer. Have to leave it like that. Weld up heel. call that a wrap. Give her a brush. Oh, yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Don't forget to put our wheel back on. I'll go ahead and sand that sugar off right there. Put our wheel back on and we'll be in business. Even though it looks like it's on the bottom, I still don't want it to rust. So. Dandy homemade tape. Ladies and gents, back to the place we go. Back to the customer we go. There you have it, folks. Little stainless repair job. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day. And remember, learn something every day. We'll catch you in the next one.